Hi, my name's Kim, and I'm a specialized Chinese medical provider and Taoist practitioner. And this channel is all about you, sharing information and solutions from the ancient Chinese medicine cabinet of healing remedies and helping you figure out how to use those remedies in your everyday life.
Today I want to talk about tea, and I don't know about you, but in Portland, teas took a step up and tea bars started opening up downtown, and they feature a variety of different Chinese teas. It's fun to go and try the different twisted leaves and experience that variety and flavor. In Chinese medicine, herbal teas are the primary way medicine is given to patients. So I want to share a variety of herbs you can use that may help reduce your pounding headache.
If you're ready, let's get started. Before you start making your tea in Chinese medicine, they want to make sure that you don't introduce impurities to your tea like aluminum. So they recommend 2 different types of metals that you can use to make your teas in. And the first is going to be stainless steel. And then the second is going to be cast iron. I use a little cast iron pot.
And in my cast iron pot, it comes with this screen which holds the leaves, giving you a quick and easy way to scoop the leaves out of your tea. But if you don't have a pot or a cup with a screen, and look, I have these great little cups with these ceramic strainers when I just want to steep 1 cup of tea. But there's also these types of strainers that hold leaves. So there's many different forms of strainers, and the strainers allow you to keep the tea in hot water for 10 to 30 minutes. In Chinese medicine, we usually have this big bunch of stuff that needs to cook for like 30 minutes. So the last way of soaking leaves is going to be with cheesecloth.
Herbs are categorized by the yin or yang organ they impact.
Suppose an herb is cooling. It's not cooling on the whole body. It's usually cooling on a couple different organ channels, and a practitioner can target exactly where your symptoms are with herbs.
It's similar to when Western medicine diagnoses cancer. Most of the time, cancer isn't all over your body. It's in one specific area, and knowing that one specific area is critical to identifying the appropriate treatment. So, treating lung cancer with treatments for bladder cancer is not going to help you. Let's look at some of the teas you can use that may have a beneficial effect on those pounding headaches.
The first one I want to talk about is Cassia Seeds, and these are also known as Jimingza in Pinyin. You can buy these online. The seeds are roasted before being boiled for tea. You can purchase unroasted Cassia seeds, but then you have to roast them, so I would just get them pre-roasted.
In Chinese medicine, these types of pounding headaches may be helped with cassia seeds. And the location of these headaches is going to be on the top of the head, on the side of the head, or the back of the head, usually not on the forehead.
Cassia seeds are considered cooling, and the herbs support the liver and the large intestine. How often have you heard people put a cold washcloth on the back of their neck or on their forehead to help reduce headaches?
Why does Chinese medicine think you have these types of pounding headaches? Well, for this type of pounding headache, they usually think it's an imbalance in the liver channel, and that could be due to too much stress, too much frustration. It could be due to an imbalance in your minerals in the body, and especially an imbalance of the minerals which the liver needs to detoxify your body. So it could be due to a lot of different reasons, and it could be accompanied with other symptoms of a liver channel imbalance. And what could some of those other symptoms be? Well, it could be high blood pressure. It could be dizziness. It could be high cholesterol. It could be dry red eyes. But why the liver channel? In Chinese medicine, every organ has a different responsibility. Similar to in Western medicine, where each organ has completely different responsibilities. And the thing is right now in Western medicine, they kind of stop at just the physical symptoms. they rarely talk about emotions and symptoms. I mean, they kind of do sometimes, like they'll talk about stress, maybe causing heart attacks, but not a lot. In Chinese medicine, they talk about the interaction of the whole body a lot. And the physical disease is the final expression of disease in your body. So they will look at disease from a number of different angles, and they can look at how the disease impacts your thoughts and emotions, or how your emotions and thoughts impact your physical disease. When we look at pounding headaches, a lot of different reasons why they can show up, with primary reasons being stress or an imbalance in your nutrition impacting your immune system or your ability to detox. And I have clients who can just count on stress triggering off their headaches, or allergy season comes and they can just count on their allergies triggering off these headaches. So there we have two examples of stress or an imbalance in your immune system. Stress isn't unique to us today. There just seems to be more of it with the pandemic, the overall uncertainty, and just the craziness in the world. Oh, and you know how these seeds, the Cassia seeds, also help with large intestine? So if you have constipation, these may help for that too. Yay! Okay, so let's stay with this liver and this headache thing. And is there another herb that we can use to help with these pounding headaches? And yes, there is. What about those chrysanthemum flowers in your garden? Yeah, those mums.
In Pinyin, these flowers are called juhua, and the flower is also a cool herb, so it addresses heat in the body. And you know those red, dry eyes you can get? Well, this herb can help with that. At least that's what they say in Chinese medicine. And they also think that this herb can help with those pounding headaches.
And the two organs that this flower addresses is the liver and the lungs. And Chinese medicine uses association to help us remember how each one of these herbs impacts the body.
So how do mums relate to the liver? Well, if you look at the flower, there's many petals and they're going in every direction. And that's the energy of the liver in Chinese medicine. The liver likes to be unrestrained and it moves in all directions. The chrysanthemums can help the eyes. How, you ask? Let's go back to the liver and 5-element theory. In 5-element theory, every critical organ is related to a sense organ. You know how we were talking that in Chinese medicine, the whole body and its interactions are taken into account? In Chinese medicine, they say the liver tends to reflect in the eyes, according to 5-element theory. So liver, the sense organ, is the eyes.
I trained with this fantastic practitioner out of China, Dr. Lu, and Dr. Lu had this phenomenal ability to teach herbs. So talking about chrysanthemums, what he told me is that chrysanthemums bloom in late fall when the energetics of the world is cooling off. And that's why juha, or chrysanthemums, are cooling. Okay, so we're so disconnected from nature. Yeah, I actually had to go to the nursery and validate that the mums really did bloom in late fall. And yeah, they do. So really neat and really amazing.
Earlier, I had mentioned that this flower supports the lung channel. And in Chinese medicine, if we go back to 5-element theory, the season for the lungs is fall. Okay, so the neat thing about that is that this flower is used in a whole lot of different formulas for colds and flus, because what it does is it cools off the lungs and it helps pull toxins out of the lungs. When you buy chrysanthemum flowers for tea, you can usually find yellow or white flowers. And the question is there a difference? Yeah, there is. The yellow one's going to be better for colds or flus, while the white one is going to be better for headaches and for the eyes.
Okay, so now you have two herbs for those pounding headaches, and you can use them individually or you can use them together, but together is better. Okay, so let's see here. Is there one more herb that we can use for the liver? And well, yes, there is.
Dandelion. That little yellow flower you find in your lawn has been cherished for centuries, and in Pinyin, it's called puganyin. This little flower is cold and it helps the stomach and the liver. I don't know if you're familiar with eating dandelions to help your digestion. I know many of us are familiar with parsley, but dandelion is another one that is great for digestion support.
Yeah, we're talking about the liver. And what do they say about the liver? Well, the one thing that's unique about this herb, about dandelion, is that it removes dampness where the other two herbs don't. So what's dampness? Well, have you ever had sweaty palms or sweaty feet? That's dampness. Or the only place you sweat is on your forehead? That's dampness. And so, dandelion. Now, the other two don't get rid of what Chinese medicine calls dampness. And that makes dandelion root unique. And do you know what they use it for? They use it for severe liver diseases that have this component that Chinese medicine considers damp, like cirrhosis of the liver and jaundice. So there you have it. 3 herbs that support liver function. Now, you're going to have to drink these every day, so make yourself a thermos of tea and drink it throughout the day.
The last thing is your Chinese medical provider uses these herbs, but they use medical grade herbs. And there's a difference between medical grade herbs and over-the-counter herbs. The same thing happens with Western pharmaceuticals. The stuff you can get over the counter works. If you want to get down to business, you get a prescription from your doctor. And the same thing here. If you're going to get down to business, you go to your Chinese medical provider and get medical grade herbs.
That doesn't mean you can't buy store-bought herbs, because that would be like saying aspirin doesn't work, right? Okay, you guys, until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.